Okay, so I think I'm gonna call this series Pump and Discuss or Pumping Discussions. I think that sounds better. Pumping Discussions. And it's basically gonna be me pumping while I'm talking about certain topics, certain things about my own life. And today's topic is gonna be why I did not go to my childhood Baptist church, Christian Baptist church, while I was pregnant. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? So as we all know, being pregnant out of wedlock or having sex out of wedlock is a sin, you know. And I was partaking at the time, and I'm partaking, and I didn't want to, one, make it seem as if it was the thing to do, right? So I understand that there are other children in the church and there are other young ladies within the church, and I didn't want my example to be, hey, Malcolm's pregnant and she didn't have a wedding, she didn't have this, she didn't have that, so what's up with her, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want that to be my representation for the other young ladies within the church. That's one. Two, when I was growing up in that church, I saw how other young women who were pregnant and unmarried were treated by other members of the church. And I didn't like it. And not only that, none of them came back. Only like one, I think. Two. Only like two of them came back and were actually on decent terms with their families, so to say. But this is from my own experience, and what I understood or what I observed at the time. It might not be all facts, but this is from my own experience. And even, so the treatment is like really weird. You always have those ladies who look at you weird, look at you different. And not only that, but it's also, okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3, the internal struggles, right? The internal struggles that a lot of women who are even pregnant or in relationships, whether married or not, go through because of the internal battles that are constantly happening with them while they're pregnant, while they just gave birth and whatnot. Postpartum is wild, So those 3 factors are the main reasons that I didn't go to church while I was pregnant. Didn't go to that specific church while I was pregnant. And with that, going into say, for the third reason, my own personal spiritual battles within myself, I had to overcome a lot of feelings of shame. I had to overcome a lot of feelings of guilt. I had to overcome a lot of feelings of fear, within myself that are not of God. And I understand, not only that, I had to do a lot of repenting. I had to do a lot of, just getting myself aligned with God, because I was already out of alignment. You feel me? And I was entering into a season where I knew I'd need Him more than ever before. So it was a matter of genuinely realigning myself with God, genuinely repenting, genuinely just not behaving and showing up the way I was before, in terms of not praying as often, in terms of not hearing His word, in terms of not going to Him first when it comes to making my decisions, right? And leaning on Him, I shouldn't have to feel judgment, I should know that my heart is pure, my intentions are pure. And so whatever someone else is feeling, that's their business. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Like that's the energy that I need to have for myself that I didn't have back then, that I didn't have while I was pregnant. So with me doing a lot of self-introspection and self-growth, I needed to develop that within myself before I could present myself within a holy space. It's a lot. It's a lot. But all in that goes to say, we need to do better as Christians. We need to know how to respond better when it comes to our support systems, meaning the body of Christ, and being able to show up for each other. That's something that I desire to change for myself. That's something that I desire for other women to have. And just allowing ourselves to grow, allowing ourselves to gain a better understanding of ourselves and the decisions that we make. All right. Thank you for coming to Pumping and Discussing with me.